Hey everybody, what's going on? KSA Kris here, the Real Estate Blitz. And today I want to talk about something, literally I mentioned it 3 times in 3 different conversations with different people that called me today. And it's about a business plan. It blows my mind how many people literally don't create a business plan, but have certain expectations of success. So, and it's funny because one of the guys argued with me until I made a specific point, and I'm going to talk about all this real quick. And I would ask you before we get going, have you created a business plan? If you haven't, I need to ask you, why haven't you created a business plan? It's a new year. You should have looked at creating a business plan for your business. So, as a lot of you know, I have a military background. I was in the Marine Corps for a lot of years. Now, could you imagine if a general or just any army of any sort decided that they were going to go to war, had no plan, okay, we don't know where we're going to land, we don't know how we're going to advance, we don't know who we're fighting, but we're going to show up and we're just gonna whip it on and we're just gonna win. That's, in my opinion, that's what you're doing if you don't have a business plan. You're just showing up to battle and you have no idea what the hell you're doing. You don't know what you should be bringing, what kind of support you should have, medical. You don't know food. You don't like you've put no thought behind how to win the war that you're waging. Which the war that we're waging is to win listings, to win buyers, and to generate an income through helping people buy or sell homes. That's what we're doing. We're going to look to do that by outspending, outmarketing, outmaneuvering, and outworking everybody that is our competition in the market that we want to own. Right? That's a truth. But how are you going to do that without a business plan? So, oh, well, Kris, I'm showing up and I'm grinding every day. I'm making calls and this, that, and the other. Great. Okay, by making calls, how many hours of calls are you doing? How many days a week are you doing those calls? What should that generate? Do you know how many deals you generate or how many calls you're making every day or how many hours you're working in order to generate those deals? Do you know how much that overhead is costing you? Have you written out anything? No, you haven't. Okay, then how are you supposed to figure out what's working and what's not working? How are you supposed to create what's going to happen 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? How are you? Well, I'm just going to work really hard and make a bunch of money, and if I do, then I can build a team. Maybe right now, if you know you want to build a team in 8 months, you should start researching and learning what it takes to build a team now. That should be part of your business plan. If you know you're going to hire a marketing manager or an assistant in 2 months, maybe you should draw out their statement of work and realize these are the things that they're going to take off of my plate, so it'll free me up to do this other thing that's producing me income. I mentioned this in previous videos, and here's my truth. 95% of my time needs to be focused on generating an income. My number one task every day, I sit down and I write out, okay, who can I hire to do tasks for me that will free me up to create more income? So one of those, like I'm getting ready to do, is I'm looking to hire a full-time marketing manager, somebody that's going to deal with all of my social media, deal with my websites, do my video editing, that's going to deal with my templates, deal with my digital pre-listing packages, like all of it. I'm going to hire an assistant, and their full-time job, a seller's assistant, is to do my client happiness calls each week, to write out my plan of actions and milestones, show the clients what has been done this week for their home to get it sold, to put the properties on the MLS, to schedule photos and video, to take the inbound calls for all of the showing appointments, to schedule open houses, do follow-ups, blah, blah, blah. All these things that take up time in our day that we should be focused on what creates money. Now, for me, I don't know about you, but what creates money for me is prospecting, okay? Outside of prospecting, it's actually educating myself or role-playing or creating and sometimes networking so I can become a better version of myself, so the more opportunities I get to sit down for a listing, I'm going to convert more people. So I spend a lot of my time listening, a lot of my time reading, and the rest of my time prospecting. So here's my basic schedule that I have right now, because I told you all I'm doing something special, right? I'm showing up and I'm prospecting for 3 hours every morning. From 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I'm prospecting. From 11 o'clock until 2 o'clock, that's my admin time. That's for projects. That's for stuff. From 2 o'clock until 6, 7, 8 o'clock, that's my time for appointments. If I don't have an appointment, guess what I'm doing? I'm prospecting again. Now, there's a lot of different variations of prospecting that you could be doing. You have to figure that out for yourself, but that's part of your business plan. How much money do you have? Well, how much do you want to have? Well, I want, man, if I had $10,000 a month, I'd kill it. Okay, how many deals does that look like? How many deals do you need to do in order to get to $10,000 a month consistently every month? What is it going to take to do that many deals every month while you're spending less energy or time doing those deals? That's the whole point of a business plan. Now, there's a lot of great places we can learn about business plans. One of the best ones, Google. Just jump on Google and type in a business plan. But there's also different coaching programs that give them out for free. Tom Ferry program has a pretty decent business plan. It's very real estate-ish, which isn't bad, but it does give you some perspective on what created money for you last year, what generated capital income for you last year. Maybe you should focus your energy on those things because, of course, if you've heard of the 80-20 rule, they say 20% of your actual efforts is what produces 80% of your profit. Well, the goal is, once you figure out what that 20% is, try to find a way to make that 80% of your time is doing that money generation stuff. Me personally, it's 95% of my time, right? So do a business plan. Don't go into freaking battle and I'm just going to do stuff. Yes. Don't do that. Sit down and put some serious thought. This is your business. This is your livelihood. This is what takes care of your family. This is what creates a lifestyle. Take some time. Sit down and write it out. Go month by month and figure out where do you want to be. Build your goals into your business plan. And then, like I told you, I did previous videos on this. I have my yearly, it breaks out into my monthly. I take my monthly and I create my weekly. And then every day, these are the tasks I'm going to do today to accomplish what needs to be done this week. So that way, every week, I can say if I accomplish these things, I'll accomplish everything I need to accomplish this month. All right, that's all I got today. Appreciate you. Do a business plan. KSA Kris here, the Real Estate Blitz. Do me a favor, check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Facebook. Just type in The Real Estate Blitz. Or you can type in KSA Kris, Kris with a K, and you can find me. Do me a favor, leave comments. I love getting comments. I love great comments. I love questions. I always answer them as fast as I can unless I'm sick, which I was sick for a few days. So it took me a little over 24 hours to get back to a few people, but I'll always get back to you. It's always me personally writing back to you. And if you call me, which a lot of people, I've had a few people like, I can't believe you actually answered. Yeah, I answer. I'll talk to you. If I have time, I'll talk to you. If I don't, I'll let you know when I can have time so we can sit down and talk. But leave comments. I love comments. And do me a favor, like, share, comment on all my stuff. Like and share it. Share it out. Don't be greedy. If this information is helping you, help somebody else learn as well. That's the whole point of me doing the Blitz, is so I can help as many people as I possibly can nationwide. That's all I got today. Appreciate you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.